With summer in full swing, I feel that familiar urge to refresh my closet, but I'm not trying to waste money on pieces that I'm going to wear once or for just one season, and that's where Quince comes in. Their clothes are timeless, feel luxurious, look elevated, and the quality is way beyond what you'd expect for the price. I just got a white linen maxi dress. Now, if I had paid for that dress in a department store, I would have paid $170. Well, guess what? I got it for $69. And by the way, that same dress comes in blue pinstripe. Think 100% European linen top starting at $30. Washable silk dresses and skirts and soft cotton sweaters. Versatile warm weather pieces that you're going to reach for again and again. And the best part, everything with Quince is half the cost of similar brands. By working directly with top artisans and cutting out the middlemen, Quince gives you luxury without the markup. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. So you've got to give your summer closet an upgrade with Quince. Go to quince.com/Kate Casey for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/Kate Casey to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Kate Casey.
You've done it again, finance teams. You closed the books and it went fine. Sure, some expenses were missing receipts, but that's fine. Stayed late to process invoices by hand. It's all fine. But don't you deserve better than fine? With Ramp, expenses are submitted with a text, invoices are coded automatically, and everything is connected to your accounting system, so you can close the books without all the busy work. Switch your business to Ramp.com and love finance again.
The amazing Kate Casey.
Welcome back to another episode of Reality Life with Kate Casey, and welcome back for this What to Watch episode. Every week, I'm going to tell you what to watch in unscripted TV, and this list this week is fantastic. Now, this is for July 28th through August 4th, and as always, make sure that you go to katecasey.substack.com. Just put your email in and subscribe to this list because you will also get access to archive lists, articles that I've written. I just did one about Ozzy Osbourne, how he changed reality TV. But also you get the list of all of the Reality Life with Kate Casey book club selections. And I've just recently posted 4 new books for the summer. So make sure you go to katecasey.substack.com. Also, make sure that you're subscribed to this podcast. You may have forgotten to do so. Why does that help? Well, you are able to get all new episodes right away. Also, writing a review and subscribing helps tremendously with Podmetrics, which helps with the charting of all podcasts. So it's enormously helpful to me and it is so appreciated. So make sure that you are subscribed and you have left a 5-star review. And then also make sure you are in the Facebook group, Reality Life with Kate Casey. And I'll tell you why. Throughout the week, things happen in pop culture, or maybe there's a true crime breaking case or a decision. Whatever it may be, you want people to talk to. And sometimes the people in your life are A, disinterested or not, or B, not available. You will always find a friend in the Reality Life with Kate Casey Facebook group. So make sure you check that out as well. Okay, again, this is for July 28th through August 4th. And at the top of the list is a case that I've thought about so much over the years. Now, there are many true crime cases that you will see appear on different news magazine shows. And if you're like me and you have watched Dateline and 48 Hours for years and years and years, you will notice that. That also happens because they're most compelling cases. That was the truth with the Amy Bradley case, which you know I was obsessed with, and the Jodi Husen truth. So to my great shock and delight, they are focusing a new HBO doc series on a case that I really think we are close to figuring out who may have committed it. And it is a very difficult story, but one that I often worry has been swept under the rug and needs some answers to. The series is called The Yogurt Shop Murders. It is on HBO. It's directed by Margaret Brown, and it will debut on August 3rd at 10 o'clock p.m. and then available to stream the next day on HBO Max. The new episodes will debut subsequent Sundays at the same time. So in 1991, 4 teenage girls were brutally murdered at a frozen yogurt shop in Austin, Texas. I still, to this day, if I meet somebody who grew up in Austin, I ask them if they know about this case. What happened that night forever shook the Austin community, and it continues to mystify the police and haunt the families left in the wake of this unthinkable loss. It includes interviews with the investigation teams, the victims' parents and siblings, and also the two men who served time for the crime. The series explores law enforcement practices and raises complex questions about press coverage and the power of suggestion on memory. The series offers a unique window into the lasting effects of grief and the enduring impact of unrelenting crime coverage in mainstream media through poignant interviews with those closest to the crime and the investigation. This is illustrated by a wealth of news coverage and archival video over the decades with the families and the suspects. The yogurt shop murders includes interrogation room footage and audio tapes from the 4 teenage boys who had been brought in for questioning. All 4 were arrested, and when the police obtained confessions of rape and murder for 2 of the young men, they were indicted for murder in the first degree, and their written confessions led to convictions. But when new DNA evidence came to light, the 2 men were released on bond, having both served over 9 years. The charges were eventually dropped, but the men still live in a state of presumed guilt by many despite no physical evidence tying them to the murder scene. As they and the victims' families continue to struggle with the ongoing trauma and the lack of resolution in the case, the series recognized the importance of storytelling to help in healing and explores the fragility and the resilience of the mind, in preserving memories, coping with loss, and remained convinced of one's own innocence. Again, it's 4 episodes. The first one you're going to watch is entitled Fire and Water. And again, it's 1991. It's the murder of 4 teenage girls. It rocks the city of Austin. Amy Ayers, age 13, sisters, Jennifer Harbison, age 17, and Sarah, age 15, and Eliza Thomas, age 17, were at the yogurt shop where Jennifer and Eliza worked at closing time, but they never returned home. They were found later that night in the rubble of the store, which had been set on fire. 1 week after the murders, 16-year-old Maurice Pierce was arrested at a local mall carrying a gun. Under questioning, he implicated his friends Forrest Wellborn, Robert Springsteen, and Michael Scott in the crimes. As the families grieve and the community comes together to find ways to heal, the police are thwarted in their investigation by a lack of hard evidence. So the yogurt shop murders, HBO, it's going to be another one that we're going to be obsessed about. And I look forward to doing an episode about it with the filmmakers. If you are looking for some reality TV, I've got a couple different options for you. Project Runway is back, this time on Freeform. It debuts July 31st. Heidi Klum is back with judges Nita Garcia and Law Roach, and Christian Siriano mentors a group of new designers. That's always a great show, and I find it's a good one to watch with kids, kind of spurs their imagination, and I think it's a great show to watch for a child who is incredibly creative, and to see how all of these different designers are so uniquely themselves and how they pursued their dreams. Now, I mentioned last week that the challenge Vets and New Threats is back, and this week you can watch the full premiere, which is filmed in Santiago, Chile, featuring alumni across major reality franchises. So it is not just MTV shows. So it's called The Challenge Vets and New Threats. It's season 41, if you can believe that, on MTV. The launch day 0 is on July 23rd, full premiere July 30th, and a one to watch. This show is sponsored by Liquid IV. No matter how hot your summer gets, Liquid IV can help keep you hydrated for the adventures ahead. This summer, I'm traveling with my son Jack for lacrosse tournaments. Hot, blazing, sunny afternoons. There is nothing that tastes as good and keeps you as hydrated as Liquid IV. I just tear, pour, and enjoy. And I'm calling out to all of you parents who will also be watching your athletes this summer. This is a game changer. The sugar-free options include white peach, lemon lime, rainbow sherbet, and the new Arctic raspberry. But they've also got cotton candy or popsicle firecracker. Just 1 stick and 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone. 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink. 8 essential vitamins and nutrients, and always non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free. Squeeze the most out of your summer with Liquid IV. Tear, pour, live more. Go to liquidiv.com and get 20% off your first order with code KateCasey at checkout. That's 20% off your first order with code KateCasey at liquidiv.com.
Avoiding your unfinished home projects because you're not sure where to start? Thumbtack knows homes, so you don't have to. Don't know the difference between matte paint finish and satin? Or what that clunking sound from your dryer is? With Thumbtack, you don't have to be a home pro. You just have to hire one. You can hire top-rated pros, see price estimates, and read reviews all on the app. Download Thumbtack today.
Perfect Match, which is directed by my friend Tony, who's been on the show before. The new season is back on August 1st on Netflix. Singles from Netflix reality universe are joined by icons from Bachelor Nation, Love Island, and other fan favorite shows. Not to toot my own horn, but I have told him several people that he should actually put in the queue. I like this, that they're including people from Bachelor Nation because, we worry about them. What are they going to do after the show? Because there's so few opportunities for ABC, Bachelor Nation talent anymore. And now they're able, with great surprise to me, that the contracts are still allowing them at this point, because they used to be so much more onerous that they can now come over and do things on MTV and now on Netflix. And I got to say, if you're an aspiring reality TV star, I'd say Netflix is your way to go too. Naming the Dead is on National Geographic on August 2nd. This follows the groundbreaking work of the DNA Doe Project. This is a trailblazing nonprofit that uses genetic genealogy to help law enforcement crack the country's most confounding cold cases. This is right up my alley. I'm sure it's up your alley too. The way that technology has advanced, it is mesmerizing. And it makes me think about all of these other crimes like the yogurt shop murders. How have advances in technology made us closer to finally getting an answer in some of these cases? So Naming the Dead is on National Geographic. Now, it's going to air afterwards on Hulu. So if you have trouble finding National Geographic, don't worry, you can find it on Hulu. Trainwreck, that series keeps going. And Landon Bryant, I know how much he's enjoying this series too, because I hear about it. And I know a lot of you have been watching the Poop Cruise and the other episodes and you're super fired up. Well, Trainwreck Storm Area 51 is on Netflix on July 29th. When 20-year-old Maddie Roberts created a Facebook event inviting people to storm the classified Air Force facility Area 51 in the Nevada desert, what an idiot, the post quickly went viral, with hundreds and then thousands saying that they would join the event that stated that they can't stop all of us. Well, this prompted the U.S. Air Force, FBI officials, and the Federal Aviation Administration to strongly advise against anyone illegally trying to access the base. And the military warned that they stand ready to protect America and its assets with deadly force. Trainwreck, Storm Area 51, Netflix. I feel like this is for the person in your life who loves all things like war movie related, historical stuff. That's going to be right up their alley. Now, Conversations with the Killer, the Son of Sam tapes is a fascinating docuseries on Netflix. Coming this week, I have an interview with Joe Berlinger, who is the producer, a highly successful producer, and he does a ton of these true crime ones. And this takes viewers inside the NYPD's desperate race to catch the infamous .44 caliber killer and into the disturbing mind of David Berkowitz himself. Newly unearthed recordings offer rare insight into this twisted psyche, revealing what was going through his mind as he unleashed a reign of terror in the late 1970s. So again, it's called Conversations with a Killer, the Son of Sam tapes. It premieres Wednesday, July 30th, and you will want to listen to my interview with the executive producer. I will also be covering Mr. and Mrs. Murder on Hulu. That also debuts July 30th. The story of two close-knit couples in Tallahassee, Florida, Kathy and Brian Winchester, and their childhood friends Mike and Denise Williams, devout Baptists who shared a love for the outdoors. The couples did everything together, even planning their children's births months apart. But on December 16, 2000, their worlds turned upside down when Mike vanished during a duck hunting trip on Lake Seminole. With no body found, many believed he had drowned or was eaten by alligators. Well, years later, suspicions grew after Brian and Kathy divorced, and Brian married Denise. What first appeared to be a tragic accident soon pointed to something far more sinister. Mr. and Mrs. Murder is on Hulu July 30th. So, of course, you can continue to watch all the standard reality TV shows that pop up all week, but these are my other favorites. So, again, The Yogurt Shop Murders is on August 3rd on HBO. I really hope that you check that one out. Project Runway Freeform, July 31st. The Challenge, Vets and Threats on MTV. Launch day, day zero, is July 23rd. And then the full premiere, July 30th. Perfect Match, August 1st on Netflix. Naming the Dead, National Geographic, August 2nd. Trainwreck, Storm Area 51 on Netflix. Conversations with the Killer, the Son of Sam tapes, Netflix, Wednesday, July 30th, and Mr. and Mrs. Murder on Hulu, Wednesday, July 30th. Full list is at katecasey.substack.com. Check back all this week for all new episodes. Coming this week, I've got Gretchen Rossi from Real Housewives of Orange County. As I mentioned, the executive producer of Conversations with a Killer, the son of Sam Tapes. I will be covering the yogurt shop murders. Lots to listen to. I am so grateful for all of you that text your friends the episodes that you love or just even the main page of my podcast. I am so thrilled that you have found me. If you are a new listener, I encourage you to also tell your friends so that you guys have conversations that you can have each week about some of these big cases that I cover. I hope that I am finding you at some point this week, allowing yourself to have a little time to rest, because I know all of you have such busy lives, and I'm so grateful that you make me part of it. So make sure you follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram at @KKCCA, TikTok, it's KKC, and Twitter, Threads, and Blue Sky at @KKC. Check back tomorrow for an all-new episode.
It's your man, Nick Cannon, and I'm here to bring you my new podcast, Nick Cannon at Night. I've heard y'all been needing some advice in the love department. So who better to help than yours truly? Nah, I'm serious. Every week, I'm bringing out some of my celebrity friends and the best experts in the business to answer your most intimate relationship questions. Having problems with your man? We got you. Catching feelings for your sneaky link? Let's make sure it's the real deal first. Ready to bring toys into the bedroom? Let's talk about it. Consider this a non-judgment zone to ask your questions when it comes to sex and modern dating in relationships, friendships, situationships, and everything in between. It's gonna be sexy, freaky, messy, and you know what? You'll just have to watch the show. So don't be shy. Join the conversation and head over to YouTube to watch Nick Cannon at Night, or subscribe on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. Want to watch episodes early and ad-free? Join Wondery Plus right now.